Hey Aries, it's Rebecca from Being Human Tarot, and I'm here with your September 2018 reading. This month I'm sticking with the same format that I did last month, which was a 3-card spread with the first position indicating what to focus on this month, the second position indicating what to set aside for the month, and the third position indicating an additional consideration to factor into the month. I'm not doing a bonus oracle draw this month just because I'm running a little bit short on time, and I wanted to make sure that I could get all of the videos done. So, but that is something that I want to do in the future, particularly with other decks. The Enchanted Map Oracle one is one that I love, and so I would like to bring that to you as something that shakes up the tarot reading a little bit more than the standard. This month I'm reading with Kim Kranz's Wild Unknown Tarot, which if you follow tarot at all, you're probably pretty familiar with because it's a very popular deck. And that's it. Let's get started. In your position of what to focus on this month, you drew the 3 of Cups. Which is honestly, it's a great focus for the month. I forget another sign drew the 3 of Cups reversed, which is not the same as the 3 of Cups upright. So good for you, Aries. It's gonna be a month of socializing, a month with friends. Maybe you'll be going out a little bit more than usual, and it's good for you. It's going to be kind of like restorative and healing, which maybe that sounds kind of silly, like that a going out and socializing thing can be restorative and healing, but it really can be, particularly if you're someone who has anxiety and you've been maybe you've been holding up a little bit more, and it's been more of a struggle to get out there and go talk to people. Even if you don't have anxiety, proper, maybe you're just a little bit more of a reserved person. Kind of hard to believe for an Aries, but many Aries is not sure how to make that plural, but it's complicated. I think it's Aries. But so yeah, like it's going to be a fun month. It's going to be a chill month. Like I said, the other sign drew this as the focus reversed, which means that it's still a focus to go out and be social and do things with friends and have fun, but there's some blockages there that make that harder, such as like excess of that, or other kinds of blockages. So, but you don't have that, so you should be having a pretty sociable, like. Hey Aries, so my camera cut off right while I was giving that reading, so I watched up into what I was last talking about so that I could catch up, and I was basically just saying that not reversed, this is going to be a really positive thing for you this month, and you're going to be getting out there a lot more. In your position of what to set aside this month, you drew the Father of Cups reversed. So the Father of Cups, or the King of Cups, tends to be that completely emotionally mature person who knows how to feel all the feelings but not be ruled by all the feelings. So it's like it's like sort of like the most evolved emotional kind of energy there is. So, but with it reversed, I feel like the cards are telling you to not put so much pressure on yourself to be like the King of Cups this month, or the Father of Cups. As you drew a Cups card for your focus, right? You're going to be getting out there and you're going to be with people, and that's great, but don't put like so much pressure on yourself this month to be perfect in all of the ways that social interaction goes, understanding other people's emotion goes. Like, I mean, obviously you want to be aware of that and you want to do your best, but if you've kind of been beating yourself up a lot lately because you feel like you're not here yet, or rather you're not here yet, then you want to just put that aside and acknowledge that you're doing your best, and that's totally fine. And you don't have to be here. Like, this is a goal. I don't know that any of us lives here. You know, at our best, we can visit here, visit often, you know, at our best. But if you feel like the attainment of that is holding you back from getting out and being with people, because it's almost like if you can't be this, then you can't do it at all, then that's not good. You don't want to put that on yourself. It's way too much pressure, which is why it's reversed, and which is why it's in your position of set aside for the month. So just keep that in mind. It's really hard to, because King of Cups energy is like that person who someone can, you know, push all of their buttons, and, you know, like this swan, like they'll just let it like roll like water off their backs. You know, if you've ever watched a duck or a swan or another bird in water, how it just like it beads up and rolls right off. They don't absorb it, which is really hard to do. And so if you found yourself incapable of being that person, then that's okay. And just, you know, continue to strive. We all continue to strive to do that. But it seems like for some reason this month, that's a particular focus that you want to put aside, if that makes focus to put aside, but you know what I mean. And in your final position of just an additional consideration for the month, you drew the Ten of Swords. Which, again, I feel like the, or not again, because I haven't said this in this reading, but I do feel like the Cups and the Swords can be very interlinked, because Cups are all about emotions and feelings, and the Swords are about thoughts and kind of like willpower, and those are so interlinked, those two, that it just seems like that's kind of, you have a lot of that going on this month in your mind. And I guess you also, as an additional consideration, because the Ten of Cups, I mean, this guy is maxed out, right? He's not going anywhere. He's stabbed himself to death with his, you know, with 10 swords of varying kinds of thought. So I just feel like, despite the focus of this being like it's going to be a positive month, I feel like you also have sort of these other things going on the sidelines that are going to be some barriers for you. Like, maybe you're putting too much pressure on yourself to be a certain way, and then ultimately kind of like rather consumed by all the different like variations of situations that you're playing out in your mind, to the point where you're like, it's making you get here where you just want to like, because when you're here, you don't want to go out, you don't want to socialize, you want to go to sleep, you want to be in bed, you want to be under the covers, like reading a book. So I would say that in pursuit of a more social self this month, just be really gentle and loving with yourself, and check in with yourself. Make sure you don't land here. Yeah, it's it's still gonna be a great month. I think that you're going to get a lot of enjoyment out of it, and it's gonna be fun, but we all have those things that kind of hold ourselves back, and a couple of those in particular I just gotta watch out for this month. So that's your reading for September. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you wanted to subscribe to the channel, I would love that. And you can also click the bell icon next to subscribe to make sure that you get automatically updated as soon as I upload all of the videos for each month, which I do before the 1st of every month, to make sure you get a little bit of time with them. So that's it for this month. I'll pause the video and pan down so that you can see the 3 cards together, in case you're a visual person, or just to admire the cards because they're lovely. Okay, that's it. Bye, Aries. So you can see you have your 3 of Cups, your Father of Cups reversed, and your 10 of Swords. Take care of yourself this month, Aries.